You spoke about, how people getting comfortable and saying some things you gotta edit out. A lot of so-called journalists, podcasts, platforms would love for that to happen, to put it out there and run with it. What gives you that responsibility to those people and to the responsibility of good journalism?
I don't think what I do is good journalism, because good journalism is throw people under the bus. Be a whore, as Nori would say. We have these conversations and Nori's like, yo, to be a good journalist, you gotta be a whore. You gotta mess with everybody, you know what I mean? You gotta go against your friends, you gotta go against that. Like, it's all about the story. I don't think it's all about the story. I think it's all about the connection. I think it's very important for people to see a group of black men sit in a barbershop and talk to each other for 2 to 3 to 4, 5 hours sometimes and not have no real conflict. And if we do have conflict, it's a difference of opinion. It's not, yo, we about to fight. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't want to put out the Tony Yayo shit, because I'm like, Yayo, what you doing, man? What are you doing? But it was still cool. Like, Yayo knew what he was doing. Because when the cameras cut off, it was like, oh, man, you really upset, man? And I'm like, yo, bro, what are you trying to do about platform, bro? So I felt the way about that, because up until that moment, we had never had any content that looked like it could get crazy. You know what I mean? When I got up in that episode and I went over his chair and I kind of like punched him in the rib, I was like, yo, chill out, man, chill out. You're doing a lot, you know what I mean? But, even that conflict, it's good to see, because we still homies, And me feeling like I didn't want to put it out kind of brought more interest to the interview. Because when you see Tony Yayo out of nowhere apologizing to Matt Hoffa and Vlad, they're like, wow, what happened in that interview? We gotta see the interview now. So it's like, okay, all right, time to put it out. So I think that it's important for us to like just create that community. Because without that community, you know what it is, man. These companies is trying to divide and conquer. You know what I mean? If they can if Kanye do something bad, I don't think it's our duty to kind of shit on him, because we know they're definitely gonna shit on him. Like, they have a safe space. Where's our safe space? You think what I'm saying?
Most definitely. How do some of these platforms and networks make you feel? I don't really want to say no names, but there's some vlogs, blogs, podcasts that I just be like, yo, I just want to boycott and have everybody like stop following, stop clicking and all of that stuff. How do you feel about it?
I think there's an audience for everybody. And if you into that hateful shit, you into like tearing down people to gain an audience, then the haters is gonna follow. You know what I mean? And when it's your turn, just know it's gonna be your turn one day. For me, I don't want to be that. I remember seeing an interview with Biggie. Like, I want to be the type of artist that, when I ain't selling records no more and all that, and I pull up to an event and everybody's like, oh, that's Biggie, let him in, man. Everybody love Biggie. I want that. You know what I mean? So I might ask a tough question, but I'm not gonna start an argument with you or try to kick you off the show or look for a viral moment. Like, I don't think that's what we're supposed to be looking for. I think it's important for my audience, especially the younger generation, to see like it's good. Like, we ain't beefing and we all good. That's real important for me.
You mentioned the Yayo episode, and shortly after that, there was some rumors that came out about you and your team at the time, and disbanding and disputes over money and stuff. And then there was rumors that you're not independent no more. You're under Revolt. They gave you $3 million and you didn't split it up.
Okay, you watched the show, right?
I do.
Have you ever seen a Revolt?
Never.
On it? Never.
Never.
So the guys that told you that, you should probably stop listening to them.
I didn't believe it. I'm just saying
Yeah, I know. I mean, for anyone in a room that had a question about that, you should probably stop listening to them because they're giving you false information. But, you know, it is what it is. I think in every situation, it's unfortunate with, I'm not just going to say our people because it happens in all businesses. As a business starts to grow, you start to deal with entitlement. You start to deal with people who are not comfortable with their position. They feel like they should be in a bigger position. People that's not going to stick to the program. Like, if you work for Sprite, you got a big position in Sprite, and they find out, this motherfucker just started a company called 7-Up. And you're going to be like, what? Sprite is going to be like, no, you can't do that. You're fine. That's basically what happened. You're a part of a podcast and that interviews guests, and you restart a podcast that interviews guests. We have a conflict. So when that happened, that's why all the other stories, but that was the main reason. Now, if that never happened, you probably won't be hearing Mav Hoffa's funny with the money. Mav Hoffa got a deal. He cut us out of it. You wouldn't be hearing none of that because they still be on the platform with big smiles on their faces. You dig what I'm saying?
I dig it.